These pumpkins represent all these memes. And you see this character carved in a pumpkin, which is the same one shown in the Poppy Playtime Fortnite loading screen. Same goes for this walkie-talkie, and these characters will actually be important for Chapter 5. But you keep hearing all this again and again, and it honestly feels like you're just cracking eggs only to find out they're rotten. But guys, in this video, we're not going to look at any of that. I didn't make any video on this teaser earlier because I didn't have any big clues. But I've been looking for them, and now I finally found something huge. I discovered a pumpkin that is certainly a new character for Chapter 5, as leaked by Amber, the creator of this image herself, and she was active on Discord for just one day. Along with that, there's some other insane stuff, like figuring out whose human hand that really is. Many fans are saying it's Lily Lovebraids, but is it really her? And guys, make sure to stay till the end of this video, because what I'll reveal there will really blow your mind. Now, there are a lot of messages from Amber, the majority of them being hilarious, but we're only going to focus on the important ones. So, when a fan asked on Discord whether the pumpkin under the Elmo meme pumpkin, the one that looks like a ghost, was something important or just a random face, Amber replied that it's just a random face. Also, if we look back at the last Halloween artwork for Chapter 4, the important pumpkins there were the ones featuring the Doctor and Doey, while all the others were just generic Halloween pumpkins. Considering these two details, when we look at this new teaser, we can already eliminate many of the pumpkins right away. We can pretty much rule out all the pumpkins from this section. Although one looks slightly more specific, we can see a very similar pumpkin in the Chapter 4 Halloween art, so it's safe to assume this one is also generic. The same goes for pumpkins like these, the typical Halloween-style ones that are just there for decoration. We can also see poppy flowers here, which are indeed important for Chapter 5, since the poppy gel shown in the Chapter 5 teaser is literally created from poppy flowers. And at the very top, we can spot Harley Sawyer's face and the prototype's hand. Guys, I already made a full video explaining in detail how Harley Sawyer is still alive, and how the prototype took his brain to keep him alive. If you haven't watched that video yet, make sure to check it out after this one. I'll also leave the link in the description. Also, not to mention, Harley Sawyer's pumpkin is placed right at the very top, which could be hinting that he'll be returning in Chapter 5. And right next to it, we can see the prototype's hand, which, as I said before, might be symbolizing that he kept Harley alive by taking his brain. Now, we can see this one, the check engine symbol that you usually see in cars. And right next to it, there's another pumpkin that looks like it could represent a new character for Chapter 5, though I'm not completely sure about that yet. But here's where things get really interesting. There's one pumpkin that's actually confirmed to represent a character, and this was revealed by Amber herself. When a fan asked her on Discord about a specific pumpkin and who it was supposed to be, Amber simply replied, "I can't say. That one short answer says everything. It's definitely a character, but she can't reveal who it is yet. Now, the name of this character is probably already trademarked, but we still don't know exactly who it could be. Personally, I think it might be Gutter Plush, or even Rag Bag, since both of those names describe toys that are torn, discarded, and imperfect. The kind of creations that might have lost an eye, been ripped apart, or stitched together from scraps. When you look at the design of that pumpkin, it fits that description perfectly. And when a fan teased her saying, "New character? I know your secret, Amber," she just replied, "Sure you do," clearly joking while keeping the mystery alive. I also noticed a few other pumpkins with a similar kind of look, like this one and this one. But honestly, none of the others really stand out as new characters to me. We can also spot some kind of stick-like object with what looks like a baseball on top, and honestly, I have no idea what it could be. There's also something wrapped or built around it, which makes it even more mysterious. This could be something a character holds, or maybe even an attachment for our grab pack. And guys, if you remember my earlier video where I broke down the teaser, I mentioned that we'd be getting a new hand. But according to the Steam description, it actually says new grab pack tool and functionality, meaning it's not necessarily a completely new hand, but more like an upgrade or attachment. So this thing could easily be a grab pack attachment, especially since we can see wires connected to it, and the design around it somewhat matches the look of our grab pack. If we dig a little deeper, it might even be some kind of puzzle tool. Maybe something that lets us shoot down objects or trigger mechanisms from a distance. But then again, we already have the flare hand, and the grab pack itself can reach long distances. So why would we need a launcher? Yeah, I'm just going to stop right there before my brain explodes over this. Now, whose hand in the world is this on the tree? It only has 4 fingers, and you can clearly see long strands of hair coming from it. And guys, it is actually and really Lily Love Braids. And surely you've heard that name a ton of times by now, but why does it connect so perfectly to this character? Well, it's all in the name itself. Lily usually represents innocence, purity, or childhood. A soft and gentle name, almost like how Poppy was used. And Love Braids clearly refers to hair, specifically long, neatly braided hair, something strongly tied to a childlike or doll-like appearance. So when you combine those meanings, it fits perfectly with what we see here. This hand should belong to Lily Love Braids, a human-like doll experiment who could actually be one of our allies in Chapter 5. So guys, here's the insane theory I promised that will absolutely blow your mind. And honestly, this could be a major spoiler if it turns out to be true. According to the Steam page, it mentions that in Chapter 5, we'll meet creatures who might help us fight the prototype, but we can't be sure if they're truly on our side or not. And if you remember, at the ending of Chapter 4, after Poppy runs away, the prototype says this.
Some friend, huh?
Don't worry, I'll find her.
We hear a female voice saying, "Don't worry, I will find her." Now, of course, it could simply be the prototype speaking in a different voice, but my theory is completely different. I believe this might actually be another character, an experiment who is a toy on the prototype's side, someone who follows his orders within the labs. And this could very well be Lily Love Braids. When we go deeper into the labs, I think we'll finally meet her. She'll help us at first, guiding us through the prototype's domain, but eventually, she'll betray us and lead us straight to him. Now, I know this theory sounds very stretched, and even if we remove the idea that it was Lily Love Braids who spoke that line at the end of Chapter 4, I still believe her story could play out this way. Maybe the prototype sends her to manipulate us, but later she realizes what she's done, switches sides, and helps us, only to die in the process. It's a wild theory, I know, but it fits so well with everything we've seen so far. So what do you guys think about this? Let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video.